Okay, looks like this is going. I believe we are recording. Haven't used this before, so I think we're good. I hope we're good. Just making sure everything is working. I'm going to assume we're recording. This is a pretty good platform, actually. I don't mind this. Just figuring some things out before we jump in. Settings, we're good there. Info. Don't know what the info button does. It's all good. Leave. That's not what I want to do. Cool. Okay. I think we're good. Let's set up. So, if you're watching the recording, I don't think anyone will join this, but we chucked it live just in case. You never know. What we are going to do is finalize the capability deck. So let me get myself set up properly. And if you watched our last session, we would have done that. So we got a first draft of our capability deck. Today's we need something to send. That's the most important part. Okay. Hopefully I am able to be heard. Oh, just hearing noises. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's get this going. I may take some pauses. One moment, and I will be back. Back in action. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let's go through the plan. Awesome. We can see everything. Everything is visible. Been trying to extend to my iPad for a while, and it just never seems to work. Maybe it'll work this time. Oh, potentially. That would be nice. I would not mind that at all. See if I'll break it or not. Okay, let's jump over to Figma. That's where we're going to be doing all the good stuff. So the goal of today. Last session. Let's recap. Last session. Now, hopefully I don't go a little crazy while on call. I do. That's okay. Okay, where were we at? Last time we built this. This was our capabilities deck. We had a bit of a pivot moment. We didn't want to do the traditional design project. We wanted to do a role overview. That's what this was for. And then a single pager breaking down each core project. So that's what we wanted to do for this one. And that was kind of the short of it. So we ended up with something a little like this. We had our front page. So we had kind of the core projects. Don't know where that number one's come from. We had a single pager for each of our core projects for that role, which was a design system project. We had a service design project and a bit more of a facilitation project. But we also had a dashboard redesign going on here. So now, while in between sessions, we had a little bit of a moment. And let me just check, make sure no one else is in the room. Cool. We had a little bit of we need to send something. So we're going to cull whatever is most uncertain. And right now the facilitation is most uncertain. And something I had thought is, okay, I've got 3 core projects here. Let's take a look. We've got project 1, project 2, project 3. I would love to have a last slide that kind of maybe, if there are extra projects, it just kind of gives a bit of a blast of, hey, here's like 6 other things that happened in that role. And if anyone does join, they can let me know. So I don't like these introduction slides. I really don't. I would rather just not include them. But if there's an alternative, that's something I would like. So I also had the idea that in terms for this role, having a bit of a gallery on the services I designed would be really good. And I think because the design system enabled a lot of redesigns. So I think having maybe one more slide here where it's just got some screenshots of the different kind of services that was designed post design system. I think that would be really nice. And there's a few. Let's chuck them on here now because we're going to finalize these slides, these 3. And then we're going to go send that. That's it. Okay, so what's going to go on here? We're going to have some pictures of... Actually, I just changed my mind. Let's move this down. I actually think it makes sense to have the dashboard redesign right after the design system because it was a pretty major project that happened after the design system. It was something we could do because the design system was there. So let's take maybe that. There is a problem that the dashboard hasn't actually been redesigned yet. This is still in the middle of it. So, but we will deal with that. Still think it's a good project. Okay, there we go. Let's stick with that. We have all these extra stuff. We might add them later, but they are secondary. It's important to distinguish that. Okay, so we have our front pager here, and I'm just going to align that. Where it goes challenges, it goes projects, and that's kind of it. This is our summary. Maybe if we move that over there. I like clean and simple. So let's not play with visual design too much. I always do say content is king. Cool, there we go. Now these are just, I just want these to be a bit distinct from everything else. So maybe I'll try and get some pictures going on or get something else going on. I actually dislike what I did there, so I'm going to undo that. There we go, undo. So I wanted the pictures here because it goes projects, project 1, project 2, project 3. Okay, what do we got going on here? My role and the team. I think this could be a bit better, but let's remove it. I think there's a few other ways to do it. Instead, maybe I could go over and take one of these lovely pill designs and put lead designer and then put a project team of maybe developers. What else we got? We got architects, there we go. We also had project managers, and there was honestly a lot of roles, but we're not including them all. We're also then going to do the core design team. And excellent, there we go. Okay, now some notes that are missing from here is my role here. It doesn't really say about my role. So I don't mind not including the role under the projects, but I think adding them under this would be a good idea. So I'm going to move this down and we're going to do 2 parts here. I'm just trying to figure out the kind of big things I want to do. So if you go, this was in the enterprise design office. That's kind of where I was in. And we've got some visuals here. So I want to kind of put my role and the people I worked with. That way I can just do a quick summary. I worked with. We're going to keep it really basic, even if it sounds a little oversimplified. If that happens, that's okay. Okay. And I like using the @ symbol. I don't know why. It just makes me happy. For some reason, using the @ symbol to represent things just always really vibes well with my own brain. We don't really need to play with the visuals, but I'm going to do it a little. It gives a sense of satisfaction, even if it's just a bit. Okay. We're not aiming for the best visual design. We're aiming to get most of like the vibe, the content, the messaging. That's what we want here. Now, I think because I've been in this role a while, I think it's good to emphasize a few things. It's maybe to emphasize the length of time. And so this was almost 2 years. Okay. There we go. Get rid of the @ I mean, I did like it, but okay, we're going to stick with our pill design just because it's the inconsistency is painful. It's a bit different being on call by myself versus with people on the call. I feel like I'm a little crazy, but that's okay. I've got my role, got who I worked with. Lovely. Perfect. We've got our projects. So what are all the kind of projects, or maybe we can call them outcomes, projects, outcomes, both work. I'm going to start singing. Got to be careful. I'm going to remove the design system. We're going to just put government. If I was to put what else happened here, we would put something like, if we were to use our pill design, but in here it'd be something like design system, which we've kind of got there. Maybe I can integrate these pills into the inline text. That would be cool. But we don't need that massively. Okay, what's missing from our projects in terms of what we do have? We are also missing the major dashboard redesign. Everything's capsed. Major dashboard redesign. And we'll fix this up later. There we go. Cool. That's good enough. The order's off, but the vibe, the gist, the intent is there. I want to check the intent and how it flows across everything before I start refining. Okay, what do we got? Let's step back and critique. Let's take a look at our little plan schedule. I've put it in a really more difficult place. I'm going to take this box, which is our schedule box, what we're working on. You know what I have forgotten to do? I haven't put any music on. We can't have that. Maybe I will put my focus music on. Focus music is good music, so I like that. However, I could break my iPad. We're going to chuck it on here. And if you want to skip forward by a minute, that's probably how long it'll take me to put it on. Nope, that's the wrong one. Disconnect. Undo. Roadcaster Pro. Gonna start singing. Okay. Yeah, let's get some cool, groovy grooves going. And what do we want? What do we want? I've just forgotten what I normally listen to, but we are going to listen to... Okay, because it's just me on call, unless there is people. If there are people, probably still won't change it. But we're going to listen to one of my favorite playlists from the YouTube place called Kirksgazette. Ooh, did someone join the room? Is that the sound of someone joining? No. Okay, here we got it. Nope, that's a podcast. Don't want that. Album. Here we go. And we'll see if we like the sounds or not. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I like. It's kind of spacey. Let's get back at it. That's a bit of a detour. There may be some detours in this one since it's just me, which is a little strange. Try and not keep this insane. Maybe this is a little useful in the sense of we've done all these on call, but what's it like if there's no one to keep you on track? How chaotic is it? That's a bit too loud. There we go. Okay, we're going to keep our introductions there. We're then going to have, now I'm going to separate these in terms of how I think it segments our case study. I think this is a nice, good slide because it kind of gives us room into the rest of everything else. Now I'm going to steal from the actual Case Study Club branding. So if we jump over to our browser, not Case Study Club branding, sorry, casa.gov.au. Oh, what do you mean I can't access anything? I've got internet. Casa. Might have been my link. Let's take a look. Ah, much better. There we go. Let's take the blue. I know what the blue is, but we're just going to sample it from here. I like the blue. Oh, actually, honestly, love our drone operator color. The yellow just gets me every time. Maybe I'll steal both of them, but we'll do the blue for now. Okay, is there any way I could integrate this into the actual picture? No, we're gonna not do that or else this is gonna be chaotic. I am going to use the inspect tool just to grab this color. If you're familiar with using inspect tools on websites, then this maybe is familiar. Nope, that's yellow for the warning sign. Maybe that's what they're using actually. See all the colors for the website here. Here we go. FFC 107. Just jump back over to here. We're going to make this the yellow. It might look terrible, but we're going to stick with it. I can show people how bad my colors are. Oh, I like that. The black on the yellow. It's a color scheme that so many other people hate, but I love it. We're going to chuck just some extra things on this just to keep a little bit of visual design, because no one's here to stop me mainly, but that's okay. Feel doing these manually. Jeez. Stroke. Let's change this. And lucky lost. We're going to change this one. Cool. I'm 100% sticking to this because I like it. That's as detailed as this gets. Actually, we're going a little crazy with the visual design right now, but that's okay. Just a slight deviation. I know exactly what to do. So we're going to go over to the old design system. This is way out of date, not really how it is right now, and see, can I take some icons? Okay, I've got no actual good icons here. However, I do have access to a few things, like the logo for the company. This was a really old version, but I do have the logos from CASA. So what we're going to do is on the top one, we're going to put things like drones and aircraft logos, and that would be so cool. And aircraft logos. Wonderful. Okay. I've made a note. I've said it's there. Running on a good solid outcomes. Let's remove these. We don't need any of these anymore. It's clear what we are going to be doing. We're going to have the core challenges. We'll improve those. We've got the project outcomes. We have, I think, the challenge can go there. Not digging where this is here, but that's okay. The project outcomes are there, but everything we want on the slide is there. You just got to bring the logos in and tweak this up a little bit. So I'm going to consider this not ready to send, but ready to finalize in terms of grab all the things, fix it up and go. We need to make sure the intent is all there. Let's try this. Okay. Challenges. Outcomes. 30 plus components. Some more solutions. Oh, it's kind of components. If I was to make these a bit more outcome driven, it'd be faster with less changes and revisions. Changes. There's a few other things missing here too. We revised and built a design Q&A process. So we have a full process, a design, a prototyping, standardized, I can't spell standardized. So it's vaguely right. We'll Grammarly it. Prototyping process and QA, and a before production QA process. And if we make this more outcome driven, this resulted in, what did it result in? It resulting in less bugs, or in bugs and UX debt reaching production. Okay, cool. That's a bit better. We're actually saying what it did and why it was important. Unified branding across the website and product, leading to a single organization branded system that is being used as the source of truth for aligning other products. So we have centralized the branding, or we're in the middle of centralizing the branding, and now executives want to make it look the same across all of the products. So that's not too bad. Okay, what else we got? To development process and ways of working, backlog. Okay, yeah, we kind of already mentioned that. Established a multidisciplinary or a cross product team backlog, and what did this do? So we made a backlog that was referenceable by a backlog that was used and referenced by all the developers, product managers. It meant that we weren't doubling up on what people should be doing. It meant we had fully tracked and traceable. All of the UX debt was traceable for tracking, implementing, and prioritizing UX. What is it? Product features. I'm just going to features, product and design system, features, bugs, and updates. Cool. So establish a cross-product UX backlog. Yep, the product UX backlog for tracking, implementing, and prioritizing product and design system features, bugs, and updates. Improving collaboration, value, what do they call it? Value. There's an agile term, and we're going to take that. Pretty sure it's just me on call, but let's do a double check. I think so. No idea how people join this. Let's just make sure there's no one trying to join and there's something wrong. Nah, cool. Most likely people won't join. That's okay. Value-based prioritization, that's what it's called. It's kind of the agile term. Okay, these are really detailed. We really don't want to keep these, but honestly, I'm just going to go challenge and outcome. I'm not in the mood to do more. and we have a lot of outcomes. So if they want to see more, go for it. These are way too detailed. Ideally, they should be simpler or broken down in another way, but we're not going to do that because I want something sendable. And these are specific. They sound good, even if they're not the most readable. So we're going to change these to, just going to put it as outcomes. It's probably a better word for it, and we're not really doing 100% best practice because we're honestly sending way more important than anything else right now. Challenges, frustrations with handoffs to developers, business analysts, resulting in inconsistent designs, UX depth, and slow design and limited resulting in inconsistent designs, UX debt, and I'm just going to say and UX debt. Close enough. We've covered the second one, so let's remove that. Low visibility design decisions, including accessibility and common patterns, resulting in, I'm just using the something resulting in something template. That's kind of helping me right now. We can improve it later on, but this is helping bring some clarity. So what did low visibility design decisions and resulting in, this resulted in conflicting designs, repeated. It's like they're asked the same questions again and again and again, and it stopped us from being able to actually ask new questions and explore other directions. So resolving the same problems, and limiting design, future strategic design decisions. There we go. Okay, scaling of the product. The MyCasa, the product was anticipated to triple. I'm saying triple because it's a big estimate. Anticipated versus it is to triple in size over the next 2 years. Past design decisions made the current product not scalable. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, look, so much text. Oof. But let's try and make it a tiny bit more readable. If we are going to send something like this, which is going to be a bit more painful and probably not as successful, is there anything we can do to make it a little nicer, even just a bit? Let's give that a go. So I would like this title to be dated there. I would like to make this a little bigger. Cool, there we go. Let's just chuck them one by one. What's our spacing between list items here? Okay, we're going to keep it consistent among everything. A little squished, but that's okay. Okay, I want even spacing here. If we're doing anything, good spacing. That's the least we can do. Outcomes. Product challenge. Okay, let's just fix up this spacing. These are going to be full of text, and the button. Now these could be drastically improved. What is good for showing for a design system? Well, for one, showing the whole color palettes, we can do that. Showing, I don't need to show all the documentation, but what if I show this? But we have like 6 of them, kind of almost like a deck of cards. And maybe the checklist. So QA checklist. What to include? We need the QA checklist. Kind of talks. We're really trying to connect it to this. A zoomed out picture of the documentation, zoomed out picture of documentation. We also want a layered deck, so to speak. That's just a visual of a ton of components. What else? What have we got? Well, we said we did new services. New services can be here. This is going to be new services. Maybe we extend this even more because the design system was a big project. So if we just chuck a ton of pictures, honestly, I think that's kind of nice. And it's such a big project. It's gonna, yeah. So one option here would be to actually take our outcomes and split them across 2 to 3 slides and put outcomes in the picture slides somehow. Maybe it's in the bottom corner. And then it kind of just showcases slides of outcomes, and it just goes, the core product challenge. That's actually not bad. Maybe move this into the pictures. As we bring clarity and we start drilling down a little deeper, we zoom out, we try and get the intent right. We zoom in and we're like, oh, what if we did this? What if we did that? The question of what should go on here has spurned a lot for us. So what else? We're going to say people always kind of like to see the type, the spacing, and color. Let's revisit our outcomes. What else? Unified branding. That's kind of what everything else is showing, so that's good. QA process, UX backlog if possible. That's not super necessary, but that's okay. Okay, we got our 3 design decisions, handoff frustrations, and scalability. Those are kind of what we're doing. There's a technique I figured out during doing some of these documentation, where what you do is you just bold these. So, and you go something like not product, not scalable. And you do something like that, and then you just give a bit more info. Or I like how it goes, low visibility design decisions, frustrations with handoff to developers and business analysts resulting in, and UX debt is a classic problems. The product, so maybe if we go, the product was not scalable as it anticipated to triple in size over the next 2 years. So the product was anticipated, no, decided on. The product was, what's a word that says they said it would not scale? They haven't exactly said that, but after all the stuff we discovered, everyone has agreed this would not scale. So the product was not scalable as it, oh, this is a hard one. I think that is good enough, but we're just gonna do our bolding on that, because I always like the bolding. It kind of, I don't know, it always works for me. Okay, some font stuff here could be way better, but we do have, what if we center align this? We're playing with small details here, really. We're getting lost in the weeds, so we need to come back out of it. However, I don't mind that, but we're going to keep this simple-ish. Okay, let's move all the pictures out and let's create space for everything. So I like putting this like Figma background. It's kind of works. So we're going to move all of our pictures out of this and just decide what goes where. Because it's kind of, what we're kind of doing is, here's the design system, a ton of changes, and here's all the stuff we did. Wouldn't mind if there was like another way. I could kind of recreate the Figma UI and have a little bit of a, almost like numbers. Oh, that's a good idea. We're going a little crazy, but a last little jump off. What I'm going to do is make it look as if Figma is inside this. Let's see, how would we do that? I'll tell you what we'll do. we're going to undo that. But we're going to grab a screenshot of the Figma UI right now. Drop that into the board. Sample the colors. Chuck what looks to be a lighter line. Sample that. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Got it. And chuck it there, make it a little bolder. Okay, what else are we dealing with? We've also got, if I really wanted to make this look more Figma-y, we'd also need a top bar. Let's do that. Yeah, it's a bit better, but let's sync it up with all of our... Oh, there was an image behind there. Let's get rid of that. Actually, what we can do is chuck that image back on, copy this, paste to replace. Ooh, just bring that back in. That's going to be our back. Just checking if anyone's on the call, just in case. Probably not. This call might go for like an hour and a half or something. But let's just set these up. Again, we are playing with the visual design. Normally recommend don't do this. I'm just getting a little lost in the weeds because when inspiration strikes. Okay, that's not too bad. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep this simple. So it's either going to be nothing with annotations or there will be a small sidebar. We're not doing the sidebar. Go away, sidebar. Let's get rid of that. We'll do small annotations. That's it. Dashboard redesign. I'm rethinking this being a separate thing. Yeah, this just being a slide like everything else, we kind of already covered most of this. So dashboard's out. Instead, the picture is in. We have our base template. Let's bring that across. We're going to do a total of 3 slides across the design system. Let's do, this is going to be maybe our surfaces slide. I like that. What would be a good way to represent what's going on here? Maybe our Figma design is back in. If I created a little header bar and we did our sampling. I wish I hadn't got rid of all the sampled Figma designs. Gonna grab this, let's do the stroke again. We're on repeat at this point. We're gonna head back into content in just a second. Oh, I can't sample it. There we go. Give me the, thank you. Jeez. Okay, so maybe we'll keep this just for a little bit of fun. But again, I don't want to be known for just being a Figma man. It's not really what I do. That's kind of the trouble with this design right now. But we're gonna stick to it a little bit just for now, just because it looks nice. And if I'm hired as a senior designer, I tend to make my own role anyway, so you can hire me for UX. I'm going to go do a ton of other stuff regardless. Okay. Product dashboard redesign. And what is on the Figma UI? I'm just stealing their design decisions, really. Cool. Good enough. Okay. Oh, what's happening? Is this? Ah, it's doing that thing where you put down a shape and it's never actually in the frame. There we go. Now it's in the frame. I've used way too much Figma. Okay. We're fiddling with UI. I've said it several times. We shouldn't fiddle with UI. Send to back. Great. Now where'd our rectangle go? Okay, we're doing good. Okay, there we go. That's good enough to test what we're trying to go for. Kind of hating it, but that's fine. We'll stick with it. We're going to have, this is the future. We're going to have the before, and let's chuck some just image placeholders in. That's going to be before and after. If I could show a picture of like the website in here, that would be cool. Show a picture picture of main Casa website. That's going to be our notes. Okay, what else do we need? Let's zoom in. What have I done here? Ooh, this is actually all related. This is the dashboard. Let's remove this. We've already got all the pictures. I don't know why I put these templates in. This is intended to kind of show the main process, just a really rough. Here's the process. Here's the concept designs. Blah 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 blah. I think I'm going slightly crazy. Oh god. No, we're fine. Okay. If I could add a picture here, it would be concept sketches. But I don't have any concept sketches. Maybe I'll do some, but we don't need it for now. Okay, what else? We have core dashboard redesign. On here, we are going to do we're going to do all of our components and documentation, try and keep it on one side. Maybe UX backlog here, QA process, training, because there is training documents. We're going to do, this is kind of where we're talking about the strategy, the outcome, the Figma usage stats. That's going to go here as well. And then we're going to just show the outcomes right next to the pictures. Nothing's more powerful than literally pictures saying, here's exactly what I've done. And this very lucky last is where we are doing, here's all the other services that were redesigned. Because it's such a big project, I'm going pictures with small annotations over everything else. Okay, multi-factor authentication. I actually have designed all these little covers. So what I can do is take this cover picture, maybe even a little screenshot. In fact, this is a full templated process for research, patterns, everything. I'm actually going to steal that. That's actually a really good use case for the full pattern process. That's our prototyping process. These are our daily usage metrics. What else did I say? QA process? Nope, that's new services. We're on the wrong page. Oh no, new services over here. Whoop. Okay. Cool, we know exactly what we're doing now. We know the core pictures, we know the distribution of the pictures. We know we're probably actually going to move the outcomes as an annotation rather than anything else. So that gives us a lot of capability to make way more space on our screen design. Okay, I'm going to stick with that. I like the idea of the annotations. That pleases me a lot. I'll need to make a little component for the annotations. Make a component for annotations. We'll keep it annotations. I can't spell, but we'll keep that simple. Okay, how's the product challenge looking? Let's see. Frustrations with handoff. I like what we got there. Let's give it some more spacing. And then I think this is honestly good. Maybe bring this to the middle. Oh, I've already got a middle there. I don't want to do that. Actually, yes, I do. It's going to be Project 1. As long as there's consistency in picture and consistency in as much as we can, then I'm going to keep that. That doesn't make sense. Those words do not make sense. Project 1. I like to say, hey, this is my best project. You want to see my more terrible projects? Go take a look. No, I don't actually say that. That's probably not a good idea. We're doing screenshots. There's so much Figma work. It kind of just shows all around Figma work. I would love a real picture. Just a real picture of people working together. And honestly, this one, I like this one a lot. It's got real people. I have not asked permission to use their faces. I really should. I might have to blur them for this. We're going to get rid of that. I want to use it, but we're not going to. Maybe we'll come up with a really cool picture, or else we'll just drag and drop our artifacts. Those are pretty good. Okay, we know what pictures we're doing. We've finalized the kind of core product challenge. I like organization challenge, really. just challenges. Challenge is. Okay. Got a good sugary drink to keep me going. We need all the icons there. Oh, I can't wait to do that. It's going to look so good. So excited. Okay, we've got, pictures. Okay, let's work on the harder parts. These service design projects. These are the kind of things that we're working on. So I'm going to add the giant working Miro board here. I have a Miro board showing the entire process. And from here, we're going to add, journey maps and workshops. Oh yeah, I have like a little video I took just for fun that shows us working on a live workshop. So that would be cool as a GIF. Okay, we have subtracted projects here. So what are we going to do for that? Should we just keep 2? We could do that. What were alternatives? We mapped these out. We said supporting design uplift. That was my role as an executive designer, which is a really good role to put in. But I've got nothing. I've got nothing for that. I could ad-lib it. Actually, no. I do have something for that. I do have something. And it's going to be really vague, but this is a supporting case study. Let's just get a good picture in here. It's going to help me just not keep thinking I'm doing motorbike stuff. So I have some work somewhere that will work with this. So let's jump over to let's just grab a good picture. I like pictures first because pictures kind of portray the core messages that I want to do. Let's jump over to ye old email and grab some emails that I sent to myself ages ago. Benjamin at ThinkPlace. I also did some side projects. I was paid briefly as a podcast editor for this. That was weird, but good stuff. We're going to take one of my favorite. I'm just going to use proposals, which are proposals I made for government work, pretty much. So I've got a few. I'm going to use those as my main screenshot, even though in theory I didn't really do much. But it does work. So what do we got? In place proposal, ATO. This was a pitch. Oh, this looks terrible in hindsight. Oh, yeah, I made this. I kind of don't want to show this. I don't like this. But I guess it's better than nothing. Okay, let's do some screenshotting here. We're gonna. This company doesn't exist anymore. They've just merged, which is exciting. This is why one tip I recommend is if you're ever in a company, go and if you're finishing up a role before a company, just drop in a ton of, just email yourself stuff afterwards. Okay, where's that journey map? I'm going to take that picture. Cool. Run back over, drop that in. Those are our 2 pictures representing a single piece of work. Oh, this was very cool. I'm a big STEM fan as someone who did my degree in science. Okay, what else did I do here? I'm trying to recall. It's been a while. This was a proposal for a piece of work. I don't think we actually won this. Oh, it's just paragraphs of text. In hindsight, this is terrible. In hindsight. I'm not really going to do any other screenshots of this. Geez, it just keeps going. I don't like proposals. Definitely not at all. Cool, that's going to be good enough. We're just doing one-shot showcases of the proposals at this point. I didn't actually do this work, but we're like, hey, no, these are the proposals. This is the work we pitched for. Whether I won it or not is a different thing. I just want to show kind of the sort of stuff we were doing. Okay, let's go back over. They kind of all look the same now that I'll line them up. It's almost like, oh, this was my favorite to do. Look at that. Ah. We were putting ourselves forward for a piece of work to do market research for an aquarium. Oh, after my own heart, that is. See what else we got. Any other cool pictures I can use here? No, not really. The front page. Oh, we even put a shark in the background. This one, like, they loved this so much that we didn't win the work, which would have been ideal, but we did we did have like messages from them around, hey, your proposal was super cool. You didn't win the work, but they remembered us, and with luck that then means they would hire us next time, even though ideally you just want to win the work. Okay, we got something for this role. I was going to discard it because I couldn't really think of what I was going to do, but I think supporting case study don't need to be as strong as your main hero case study. That's why we spent longer on the others. So we are going to mainly prioritize this. I might get... I like having an image of work. I should get rid of one of these. Let's see. STEM outcomes, ATO, one habit at a time. I think I might get rid of that. Let's chuck this up here. I don't want to be a data person. My entire career, I constantly seem to find myself in data projects because I'm good at them, and I used to do data related stuff, and I can speak to the people. So, okay, that's going to be good enough. Maybe we can do like a single line, or visuals are going to come later. I'm just going to drag them one at a time. And I'm also going to get rid of the motorbike. I do love the card-based approach. It does kind of please me quite a bit. Kind of shows what's underneath. I shouldn't whisper into this mic. I'm pretty sure it's very audible. Oh yeah, good music. Let's make these smaller. I'm going to ungroup these. I just want to get the images in the right placement, and then we'll finish this off. Okay, we're going to be highlighting 3 core pieces of work. This is going to be the blueprint work, even though these aren't part of the same project. I think I might make them... It's probably going to give the wrong idea about my work though, which I'm going to try and avoid. I'm going to make this look good, and then we'll fix that up first, and then we'll figure out how do we make this a bit more accurate, so if people ask, oh, what did you do in that work, and you can say, oh, that was just part of the proposal, we didn't actually do it. Okay, I think that's gonna probably be good enough. Really not liking the length of all of this. Just not, but that's fine, we're gonna leave it there. Okay. Now, I kind of want this to be like a place and role sort of thing. These are secondary case studies. Let's see, I need them to look somewhat different from the rest, so you know, oh, I'm on a different page. So this is going to be think place. Keep it really simple. Executive design. There we go. Let's get rid of all that. Simplify everything. There's not really a challenge or opportunity. I was a consultant. I'm not doing, if I was doing this is just a role summary. If I'd taken actually a piece of work that I'd done and then done work on that, it would have done better. I could have done some usability testing here. There was a thing we did on that. There was a piece of work we did that was usability testing for a biosecurity portal. So let's add that. Testing for a biosecurity portal, including scenario testing screen analysis and building for diverse data, community, co-design, and what else? We in market research projects. I'm just gonna keep 2. That's it. These aren't really outcomes, more of what I did. What I did. I'm a big fan of super simple words. Some people hate this. I like it. Really easy for me. I'm not really afraid of that, so to speak. I'm like, I will make it sound like me. People don't like it. I kind of don't care. I care to a degree, but I'm also cautious about caring too hard. Hopefully that makes sense. Ooh, I like that. Can I put a cloud effect on it so it looks like it's kind of hovering? Ooh, something for images. If you're ever on Figma, I always like to add a stroke around all images. Just makes them look more real. I wouldn't mind if this looked like a flip chart or a whiteboard or something, but I'm sure it's fine. We'll keep it as is. Spacing's off. It's always off. Always seems to be off. Okay, cool. What else did I do? It wasn't really part of this role, but it's the same company, so it was kind of edited. I can't really remember. I think it was research, and I did some research. I also did and journey mapping for a large policy and digital platform projects. That's going to be good enough. Now I'm a big fan of using logos, so I like things to kind of connect together. So when we did our resume design, let's find that. Whoop. We did logos. So let's maybe bring that back in. Sync these 2 up. When I did my portfolio, something that amazed me was how much actual design I've done over the years. I didn't really consider it. Then I was like, oh, actually I've kind of done okay, haven't I? Please go into the frame. Thank you. I like big icon, but that kind of looks terrible, ain't it? It does look terrible. We can fix that up. Intent first. So let's do my role. I joined ThinkPlace in 2021 as a executive designer on their digital experience team. And I think this is valuable for me to put on this role, even though I don't know if I'll put it on the others. What I loved about it as a consultant, I got to work with a huge range of people on a ton of different projects. This taught me how to develop a general set of skills that could solve diverse problems and highlighted common issues across all types of organizations. Now, I wouldn't really recommend doing this. I don't care if they read this. I just want them to see what I loved about it. If they read it, cool. I think having the positive spin of, hey, here's what I loved about it is kind of why I've added it. Because first of all, it's a positive note. I'm a very positive person, so to speak. That comes across in my interviews. So I'm just trying to use a little bit of language here that will connect with how people eventually interview me. We need common spacing here. I'm a big stickler for making sure that type, spacing, and everything is exactly the same as much as it can be. Because I think if it's off, even if like you use a good words, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't for anyone really. And instead of saying my role, I'm going to just put it like this. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of that and say on the digital experience team. Yeah, that's a bit better. What if we check this out here, checked it under the icon, maybe brought this down a little. It's not too bad. I don't mind that. Let's line this up. Cool, okay, I think we're getting somewhere with this. What if I removed the stroke from this? We're getting somewhere on this. I feel like I have to look at it at different angles. Okay, but that might be good enough. What if we chuck a fill on the back here, grey it? There we go. Having a bit of grey in the background is working. Just chuck a stroke. Let's bring that stroke color down. Let's round the corners. Yep. Yes. I like this. Much better. It could just be split in half. I think I'll go with this. Yeah. Okay, title. Biggest issue here. I could keep this super basic and just put the role if I'm lazy. I could just go like think place if I want to be really generic and lazy here, which is almost so tempting. And then if I wanted to actually make this more detailed, what I would need to do, and I normally recommend doing it if you have the time, whereas I have right now zero time I've got, would be to do a 5 wires exercise or 8 wires, whichever amount of wires you want to do, and use that to come up with a good title. You want to come up with a description around what you did. I'm summarizing a role right now rather than anything else, so I'm taking a bit of a shortcut method here in the sense that this won't be super great, but because I'm hyper targeting maybe 2 very specific roles and I'm already over time, it's either I'm in the hat or I'm not. I would rather give them something decent than tell them I'm going to take ages and not give them anything. I'm going to take a heart picture here. Give me the heart icon, please. And what I loved. Maybe I could do like a, this is kind of really corny, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, it's so terrible. I kind of want to do it just for my own amusement. Let's if I do a stroke as well. Check this there. This is super corny, by the way. I wouldn't recommend it, but I do a lot of things I don't recommend. never going to undo that. This is doing terribly. I just want to use an icon just to make it kind of different. I like different. Makes different is good for me. I want it to kind of honestly be a tiny bit crazy. I would like that. This music's getting intense. Much better. Hey, wait. We were trying to do something with an icon. Yes. Now we're kind of double iconing here, so whether that's useful, it's going to be an interesting question. But let's just keep it for now. They can be like, "Hey, your slides sucked," and I'm like, "Yes, here's a recording of me doing them at a fast-paced speed." If you're hiring me to do PowerPoints, they'll be better. Not that I want people to hire me to do their PowerPoints. I would prefer not. I'm just going to quickly try something. What is it? Not Barlow. I am blanking so hard. Starts with G. It's not Georgia. There is another one. Barncraft. Baskerville. That's the one. Baskerville. I love Baskerville. God, that's corny and probably terrible. Oh, it's so terrible. Kind of love it. $16. Oop, undo. Oh, look how bad that is. Or really good. I mean, what we could do, we could take this, we could just steal this, add a fill, do this, change all this to white. Take this, turn this to white. This is 28. Whereas the size of this is inside. I want this to be the size of the text. There we go. I take back what I said about all this text. Let's make this white as well. We've gone off the rails. Things are going crazy. Make it even smaller. I want it spacing paired up with that text. Excellent. I dig this too much. I'm enjoying this too much. Somebody stop me. This is why we need people on the call. Last thing, I promise. I just want to change the background of this to like a light. Oh, that's bad. Or good. No, not good. It's bad. Chuck an effect on it. We're getting better. Okay, we're moving that out. We had our fun. Okay. I loved. And projects. Let's shorten this. I developed. Skill set that could solve diverse problems. across digital design, strategy, and people and culture. Cool. We're going to put what I love at the bottom and what I did at the top. Why can't I? Oh, okay, it's not a group. Going to put what I layout on. We're also going to just chuck a sneaky spacing in this and a stroke to make this something different. Oh, and it's back. We've brought this back. But worry not. It may not stay. What if we get rid of this and we just keep our lovely icon? Oh Lord. Okay, I dig it, I'm keeping it. We've gone crazy, we're keeping it. So, testing. Okay, cool. Multiplications of 16, preferably 8-point spacing between lists. That's kind of our default. Just make sure all of our spacing is correct. Just chuck some curvature on all of these. I find it just softens everything a little bit. Yep. Awesome. How we doing? Let's check our time. Something's off. What's off? We have something off here. Might be the size of the logo. It probably is the size of the logo. Let's make this a little smaller. Top alignment. Nope. Center alignment. Something's wrong here. Might be the spacing. Let's bring that closer. Logo size bigger. Ah, no, I see what it is. It is the placement of everything else. And the weight of everything is off. Just the space weight on the page is a bit thrown. How can we fix that? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just leave it. Maybe we just leave it like that. Imperfect, but mediocre. We're going to do that. Because these are our supporting case studies. They don't need to be perfect. Okay, we need... okay, one thing missing is I need something that connects this slide to everything else. So what am I thinking there that can do that? What I'm thinking is the color. We need the color is going to potentially support this entire thing. And if you saw my resume videos, you would have seen that I was a big fan of highlighter yellow in my old resume. So we're going to see, can we bring that in? Good question. This is again not getting in the frame. Thank you. So maybe we do, this is like a visual design thing I've just always done. We do something like that. Maybe we soften those corners. Maybe we match it to our grouping and turn it into a pill, like everything else. Maybe we group these together, we go auto layout, chuck some fill on. We're kind of doing a combination of content and visual design right now. As like the good ideas kind of scroll in, we're kind of switching back and forth. Maybe we reduce that. Let's swap these over. And I think we need to make this should be white, not grey. Why is that? Ooh, that's not the color. It should be something, should be pure white. But it is not. There we go. Let's make this a little thicker. Let's chuck a stroke just to keep everything in line with the visual design. And if we really wanted to, we could do that. And we could maybe even get the spacing a little there. Cool, that's not too bad. And if we wanted to bring this back in, we could even do something like this. And maybe we get rid of this. Can invert this since we're dealing with a background. Now I've made some visual consistency between everything, and that's going to be enough of a guide. This color is now going to be the thing that tells you where you are. So I think that is going to work well. If not, we will find out what to do next. And I kind of dig that. It's some people would disagree, but we're going to keep it. Decisions are more important than perfection. Oh wait, we don't even need that. We just need projects. Okay. I think we've got... Okay, so we're going to icons. We'll fix up the visual design. We need to fix up these challenges. Maybe we'll go organize... I'm enjoying this like pill thing here going on with all these sections, so we're going to just steal that again, actually. We're going to go over and take our projects. Small ideas give us really good, bigger ideas. So we're going to say organizational challenges. Was slow. Design team prototyping process was slow and required used Adobe Dream Reader and a complex HTML CSS workflow flow. Normally with challenges, you want to say why this was a challenge. Cool, inconsistent branding. What did that mean? I'm going to see if we can do that. Service design is new to the organization. And had a history of difficult projects and poor industry reputation. Honestly, if pilots meet me and they know I'm at Castle, they hate me. Haven't even done anything. Service design was new to organization. New to organization. What else? And had a history of failed or difficult projects which resulted in a poor industry reputation and overblown delivery. Classic. Overblown delivery schedules is really classic in organizations. What is this? Dyson Sphere. How are we doing on people? Just me. That's okay. We'll keep this going. Good stuff. Let's see. Requiring a lot. large, requiring technical skills. Requiring, so let's see, they were doing HTML, CSS prototyping, and used a complex, requiring advanced technical skills and strong enterprise knowledge to design. With the MyCasa portal. Cool. I've now also said what this is. I've added a little link here because I actually would love for people to go and actually use this. So if I go MyCasa portal, what I want to do, I'm like, hey, you want to look at our stuff? Go take a little peek. This page is going to have a redesign in a few weeks. So even if I don't get this role, honestly, I don't mind. What I want to do is I want to just start interviewing for it. I want to get a vibe for the kind of things I'm going to have to maybe interview for. That's something I would like to do. Now maybe we'll put all those icons directly in the middle, so it's kind of like a strip, and it kind of visually separates the organizational challenges, maybe projects here. But let's visual redesign. If you're watching this, you already know how I am with that. Chaotic, but it is fun. Do enjoy it. Okay. Well, we know what's happening here. We've finalized the organizational problems. So if I had to define the challenges more, what are we not saying? And I'm just going to put these as a note, and we'll figure. I talked about the scaling the services and offerings here. Didn't we? Product was not scalable. Low visibility design decisions. So product needs to scale. We kind of talk about a lot of the challenges for the design system there. I really don't want to repeat myself. I've already talked about that. So these are some organizational problems. I'm just going to say design process uses used a complex code-based workflow requiring advanced technical skills and a strong enterprise knowledge to design new services. Service design was new to the organization and had a history of, and we're going to use that bolding we did last time. There we go. So we're really trying to streamline, like, where are we repeating ourselves? I like this in the middle. It really... projects. This pleases me greatly. And yes, we are getting lost in it again. Okay, undo. Bring it all back. Leaving it. We'll bring the pictures in and then figure out the visual design last. I'm fine with these challenges the way they are written. They're not ideal, but they're gonna be good enough. I need the pictures. I need something that people can see. That's my biggest concern right now. Okay. We have our visual indicator that tells us where we are. We have a good enough title. We have our challenges and all of that designed. I want consistent spacing. Give me my consistent spacing. We're going to do 16 point between individual areas. These are two areas that need to be together. So they will keep 16 point, 32 point for extra separation because 16 and 32, similar spacing. 16 for places that are, I'm going to get 8 for places that are like, let's double the spacing, 64. I don't really go any higher than 64, honestly. Digital aviation. I don't know, design platform. Could I just say design system? What if we brought our pill design into this? There's like something missing. I'm enjoying just the overuse of pill designs. What if we said something like design system, if we also said something like, what else? What else do we do? I mean, the main thing is a design system, but we also put things like ways of working, product development, multidisciplinary. I'm remembering disciplinary. Too many pills. We're getting this. To either have to remove this one or update kind of these. Do like this? What if we made it a box? Yeah, that's not bad actually. What if we got rid of the border? It instantly stops becoming a pill. Also not bad actually. Don't mind that at all. What if we do the rest of the bolding? It's not bad either. What if we got rid of this and made all of this yellow? That's pretty bad. Cool, let's undo. Okay, we're going to leave this here, and this is also going to get yellow. Cool. Simple, clean, also not as good. Just a little bit of rounding, just a tiny bit. What if this just said just one? Don't really need the one. Is that good enough? Because it's not really the words. Ooh, where'd we go? Come back. It's not really the words we're going for. It's more of the color. I don't really care about the words. You see the word casa, you see the color. You know that this is what this is about. Speaking of which, we use an acronym, but we never say what it is. There we go. Now we are specific. What if we included this in here? I've stumbled upon something. Government, lead designer, enterprise design office. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're keeping that. Done skis. Told you to go a little crazy on call. I don't need them to be super detailed. If you see this and you say lead designer and you see enterprise design office, that you're gonna know where that is. You don't need to know the word enterprise design office. The fact that I've gone big place, role title, and then what sounds like the name of a place kind of tells you, it infers that I'm saying my role here. So yes, cool. Let's take our role over here, move this over here. Let's move the organizational challenges. These aren't really challenges. Saying services are new is kind of saying, telling you the solution, but not really telling you the problem. The real problem is actually, and again, we're emphasizing speed. So as long as we mutter the right words, that's kind of what we're going for at the moment, despite it being not accurate. It's really not how good it should be, even though I've been doing portfolios for a while. I'm emphasizing speed and getting the right keywords in first. Okay. Doing good, we're doing good. Let's get some pictures in. I just want this. I don't even want the organizational challenges. Maybe we keep the challenges under each of the platforms instead. And so we group challenges by the product that is solving that challenge. I like that. We're keeping things clear, consistent, and easy. I don't want to give them too much info. If they want to know more of the org challenge, they can come speak to me. Okay. Now, if you've been on these calls before, you'll know that I'm emphasizing if you're unsure, cut it. That's the fastest way to clarity, and that is what all my mentors have told me. Whenever I do long articles, papers back in uni, they're always like, if you don't know, cut it, because you can never cut enough. That's what they'd always say. So let's clean this up. Let's bring the things in, and we'll bring this slide home. Okay, almost there. Let's center align, spacing and alignment, and then everything else for me. Okay, this one's gonna be it. We need icons and pictures. That's a separate laptop. So let's bring that up. This might take a minute or two. I won't be editing these, so if you want to skip ahead at all, it'll probably take me 2 to 3-ish minutes. We will see. Okay, so we are grabbing. Let me formulate. I gotta not look at my work emails, or else I'm just gonna go mildly crazy. I'm gonna open up a Google Drive, and that's where I'm gonna dump all the pictures. Screenshot. Actually, no, we're gonna do it in a Notion document because that always works well. Okay, I'm on the design system, so I need big pictures. I need pictures, so let's do the CASA logo. Let's get this slide done, and then we'll get the next slides done. So we need logos. Now, I will show you guys very briefly what we are looking at from a logo perspective. I think some people tend to find it interesting. Okay, just got to find all my files because it gets me every time. We have pretty big system, pretty big library. And there's, in terms of something that is really good, I have some great screenshots that I can do here that kind of show all the various prototypes that we've worked on. So let's see if I can get a good picture. See, I've actually just realized I've got all these like secondary files in in our Figma prototypes and designs. It's just all this extra crap, so to speak, which I'm realizing I'm just going to clean that all up right now. So I can take a good screenshot. That's going to take me 1 second. Yep. That's what I get for not following our own proper process. That would help. Dashboard redesign. Okay. This has a thumbnail, so all my thumbnail look all pretty. There we go. Why is this not working? That's okay. Well, that takes its time, I'm going to get all of our icons. Thankfully, we have some absolutely lovely icons to use. Those are with our web team. Icons, icons. Ooh, here we go, the icon library. So I want to go aviation specific ones because it just always looks cool. We have quite a lot of aviation specific things. So let me grab a few ones. I want drones. I want air towers. I want... What else we got? Let's see. Ooh, a fighter jet. That sounds... If you'd like to see, here's a ton of icons. You probably couldn't see them, but we will drop them in a sec. I will drop them into that Figma file. Tell you what, I'm gonna share this. Oh, I'm not. Can't do that. Oh well. Let's export a ton of files here. So we'll probably need about 6 to 7 icons. That's 1. Let's go fighter jet. That sounds cool. It's 2. Drones, gotta have a drone. We have satellites, but I don't think we actually deal with satellites, so I'm not going to include that. Let's do what else we got. Rocket ships, we don't technically deal with rocket ships. I don't want to use a check-in symbol. A blimp, that sounds cool. We deal with airships, I should say. What else? Captains, pilot badges. Yep, we do deal with those. So those are good. That's 4. Satellite is tempting, but we're not going to do that. Let's grab another drone. Oh, to represent the future, we've got a nice icon for a flying car, so we're going to bring that in as well. And let's get a helicopter. You'll see these in just a second. Here we go. That looks cute. Let's get that. One more, just for posterity's sake. Okay, that is 6 icons. I think we have enough we need to upload. Let's grab all those. Icons, icon. I have 6 SVGs. I'm just dragging them into that Notion file that we've talked about. So the one where you do your project auditing, your career achievements. I dump a lot of my pictures in there. It preserves them really nicely. Cool, that's 6 of those. While we're here, let's just batch get all the stuff we need. What did we say? We needed QA checklist, if possible. Let's find the QA checklist then. That'll be in our template for prototyping. So I've got one of those. QA checklist. Actually, no, that's not where it will be. We have a draft QA checklist. We actually never finalized it, which, now that I think about it, probably a good idea. Okay, that's the checklist done. What else did we say? Color palettes, zoomed out picture of the documentation. We can do that. Let's just go to a finalized component. Perfect. I'm going to grab a nice big picture of that. I'm focusing on getting decent enough pictures, not all-encompassing pictures. The reason for that is because what we really do want is just good enough. Again, we are trying to send this by the end of this session, so we really want to just hurry and get that done. I'm going to just get some precursor images. So we said we wanted to show a big stack of like some of the documentation I had for design system stuff, like a big stack of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on just 3 that kind of represent most of what we're doing. And then from there, we're going to emphasize. I just realized I've been uploading documentation that we don't actually do it that way anymore. But that's okay. What I'm going to do is grab some of our really great documentation pages. So just to give a diverse enough insight into the content we did. Okay, error messaging. When it comes to design systems, error messaging is something everyone seems to struggle with. Complex, really. Like once you've gone through building like a ton of documentation, it kind of just scales across most systems at that point. There are, of course, more selective things. But I am choosing some of the ones that I know most companies tend to struggle with. Because I want, chances are most people are watching, either they've had that problem, they're like, oh cool, they just solved that themselves. That would be nice. Okay, we've got enough documentation of our components. I've got the QA checklist, I've got the documentation, I've got enough cards, type, spacing, and color. That's going to be another thing, so let me grab that. Type, spacing, and color. I also want to show big picture prototyping, because we do prototyping. So what I'm going to do, I actually have a great one for that. It's our login flow, which is super complex, but it does show detail, a bit more advanced Figma. I don't want people to know I'm, oh yeah, hey, you're really good at Figma, I'm going to hire you to do mainly that. But I do want to show beyond the basics a little, in terms of my skills. Not necessarily Figma skills, but like, hey, I don't just do basic wireframes, I've also done detailed prototyping designs. So that's important to show. Sometimes I wish they'd just hire me for Figma because that's kind of easy. It's not very complex once you've gotten into it a ton. You can become good at it and it's like, oh, I could just do this by default. Okay, we wanted color, typography, excellent, just because that's kind of pretty common. Design principles, we have design principles. I'm not going to really include them. Type, I will include our type system. And it's not going to look super fancy. It will just look okay. So we're going to include a picture of that. I'm not going to zoom in too much, but it will look specific. Typography done. Color. That's going to be easy. I'm going to show the difference between our brand and our system colors as well. So I'm grabbing that picture. You won't see anything shared on my screen, but soon you will. Okay, brand and everything there is done. UX backlog. Lucky last, I think. Then that's almost it and we're done. I don't know if I can actually log into that one, but I do have pictures somewhere else actually. So let's grab that lucky last picture. As I was evolving the design system, I started cataloging what I considered versions of them. As we would move forward, I would be like, oh, this is version 1 or version 2, I actually started at version 0.1, version 0.2, and I gave them names like the dark times and really complex, just yeah. So the dark times was before I joined. It was like the big HTML GitHub systems, which I'm actually going to drop into. If I can include them in here, I actually kind of think that would be cool. Because every time people find out, they just get blown away that there was a company doing it like that. It's way easier with Figma. You don't have to teach anyone HTML or CSS. Though, if you know it, it's kind of good to know it. It's quite useful, actually. Okay, we wanted pictures of, what was it? I went off track there. We wanted a picture of... wanted a picture of blanking. This is why if I'm on a call, I can just, if people are on call, I can just ask you, like, what did I say? We need to make a list down. So we got components, foundations. I said I had pictures of something. Okay, well, whatever it was, we're just going to skip it. I'm sure if it was important, I would have remembered. Oh, UX backlog, right. I actually don't have that. Thought I did. Cool. Well, we have enough. Are we missing anything else? Let's take the service design, journey maps, and all of that. So we need those. Let's take a look at that. I did some like branch planning day stuff where I was doing like detailed facilitation. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that, add that to my platform, add to that to the Notion. It's going to be all in the design system one, even though it doesn't actually belong in there. Okay, I said this would take a little. We're almost there. We just need the last few. Just dumping all files, pictures we need, so I don't have to come back to this. Okay, we also wanted all the journey map service design stuff, so I'm going to grab that. That should only take 2 to 3 screenshots, much smaller. So let's jump. Guess I'm doing this in hindsight. Jump over to Miro. That's where everything is. Thankfully, it's all hosted online, so it's a bit easy. Big fan of Coca-Cola. I know I shouldn't, but I love it. I used to be against it a lot, but very recently I kind of got a little too deep into it. Okay, we have all of our service design artifacts. Let me just drop these in now. Nice, good screenshots. Wouldn't mind if I just had the emails. That would make it easier, but we'll get some just good screenshots. Select them all. I'll just export it as a PDF. That's going to make my job so much easier. Now, one thing to note, none of these are publicly made, so a lot of my artifacts, they haven't been approved. They're internal only. So what I frequently will do here is I will take like a blurry high-level picture, and frequently just be like, if you want to see this, we can do it over an interview, but I don't really, I can't show them on my slide deck. Sometimes if it's a slide deck, I will include the images with they saying do not distribute, just like a thing do not distribute, just because it's like either under an NDA or it's kind of government and not public, and I'll kind of often do that. The benefit of sending a slide deck is you don't need to put it on a website, so that can be really good. So let's grab my high-level screenshot designs here, and then we will finish this. I have a few cool layouts I like to do when I'm sharing big Miro boards. I like to kind of just have like a grid of graphics, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a sec. I'm just going to move things around, make it all pretty. Okay, there we go. Thankfully I have a perfect number of artifacts here, and we're going to take that blurry picture that I mentioned, We don't need to highlight all the detail. Okay, we are ready to take the main blueprint screenshot. And it's going to be blurry enough that even if someone zoomed in, they wouldn't be able to interpret anything. And we're going to put the big words of draft not approved on it, just in case someone's like, draft not. These are just the ways I mitigate it. Seems to work. Okay. Hopefully, if you've skipped forward, we have all the images now. Let's go grab them. So, highlighting the accomplishments, let's go to our career auditing thing. It looks different for you if you are in Portfolio OS. Actually, no, maybe it just looks like I'm in the wrong place. Let's go to My Notion. I was about to start editing our native Portfolio OS. That's not what we want. I'm also realizing I've been editing the wrong project audit, but that's fine. We're going to stick to it. See, did all the images jump in? Yes, they did. They're probably still uploading, so I'll keep this laptop over. Let's grab our pictures. Here's the logos. Can I just, do I need to, only sticklers, you do have to download it. Download. Oh, I don't want to type lots. Icon 1. Download. Icon 2. It's going to be icon 3. Icon 4. Skip forward a minute if you're watching this. We've got all the pictures. We're just doing the icons now. The busy work. 6. Because we are almost towards the end. Almost there. Thank God. I'll need to improve it after this, but we'll be under way less time pressure. So it means we can do kind of like a round, and this is kind of how it is. You have these like highs and lows of rush work, and then maybe some spacing where you hardly do anything. I've started naming these, numbering these icons completely incorrect. I'm saying icon number 10. We skipped a ton of numbers. Let's do our icons first. We have our big pictures. This is our rush job. Oh, apparently we did all 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we forgot number 5. Let's jump back over to our Figma designs, and this is where our icons are going to go. Oh, it dropped it in a nice little hexagonal bar. I want these big, like maybe that kind of big. I also want to not do that. Okay. Let's align them to the top. Don't care about the order. I just want it to look cool. And whatever we're going to end up with will not be perfect, but it will be good enough. Auto spacing, center aligned. We want to increase the stroke layers, make them thicker. It's just in line with all the thickness varieties of everything else. So let's see, how do we do that? I really don't want to go in and highlight every clip path grouping. Oh, do I have to? Yes, I do. Okay, fine. What about this? Nope. This. Oh, these are all vector graphics, not kind of clips I was hoping they would be. that makes resizing these icons harder. But what if we put them at the bottom? It always balances better at the bottom for some reason. What if we duplicated it and we had top and bottom? That's not bad, actually. Some people would heavily disagree with me. Instead of along the bottom, what if we do more of like a balanced kind of that? Not too bad. What if it was above, like a little subheader? Just do that. Nope. I kind of prefer it at the bottom. It's secondary, whereas everything else is primary. So if we do this and we realign these, I kind of almost wanted like a little arrow pointing, being like, ooh, now we're going to all the projects over there. I do use like silly little icons like that because it just kind of just works for me personally. Okay, I don't mind this, but there is like, ooh, you know what I like? You know what I would like? It's just tons of icons in the background, all faded. That would do really well. So what I might do is, let me just stop sharing my screen, because if I'm going to do that, I need to transfer, move the file over, and as emails, I'm not allowed to show. Ooh, it's me. Hi. So let me just add my casa.gov.au here. It's using my work email here just to make this job much faster, and it'll be way faster for you as well. And that'll just take a second. There we go. And I really like the idea that we're going with right now, so we're going to do that. And then that's it. We're finished. So adding these icons are okay, but just the weight of everything is just off. It's not working. We need to rebalance it and then finish this slide. So I'm going to do that now. It's going to take me a few seconds. Nice, it worked. Secrets. Let's reshare. Oh, we're reaching 2 hours. We've been dawdling a little. I might need to, before editing this, before posting this, just put a little edit, maybe with some timestamps. That would be a good idea. Okay, we have, here they are. I'm going to click off, close this file. Okay, what I did is bring just a massive icon set in for aviation. So what I'm going to do is group all these together. These are all aviation themed. I'm going to chuck it like over the top. Going to send it to the back. And we're going to just reduce the pass through so it fades into the background by quite a bit. Now, whenever I do like background fades like this, visually speaking, I've learned after quite a while that what you got to kind of do is group the stuff you want on the forefront together. I'm going to give this a second grouping, chuck some padding around it to make it a little, actually no, don't chuck any padding around it. I need to chuck a fill here in, probably make it the same color as the background, and give it maybe like an 80% pass through, or maybe 60%. That way it kind of, and chuck this on, so that way if you actually zoom in, you can see this way more than you can this, so it doesn't really interfere with everything else. Maybe chuck even that up to 80, so you can still see it, but it keeps everything easy to read still. It does kind of make it look like You should be seeing more of these through it, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. Sometimes you can do it with white and you can kind of go like this and maybe like 20. But I find the color change is a bit harsh. So now it looks like we've just highlighted. However, doing a little, that's actually not bad. So you discover so many things when you play around, but you also distract yourself like a lot. So, I like that. It's like a menu. Perfect. Ooh. You're hearing my visual designer in me coming out a bit here. I do like that though. Just slightly heavier. Yes. That way it looks like it's hovering over everything else. Makes sense. It makes sense. Told you it would go a little crazy on here. I like that. We're keeping that. It looks like a user interface menu in a video game. That makes me happy. However, we may need more padding. Ooh. Oh, right. That's because I designed this holistical very poorly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clean this slide up and then we're done. Yep. I wanted to be able to manipulate these individually, but we kind of just left it. Oh, and we need to fix up these actual projects because we have not done them correctly. However, what we can do is we'll finalize this last part and then we're good. Get rid of that. This is the visual design portion. Now that the content is good enough, why am I focusing so hard on the visual design? I would consider the content pretty much good. It could be way better. For me, I don't want anything to look that lazy. I don't want it to be like stray bits everywhere. So even if my content's not perfect, you can at least see, you know, I've put the effort into the finer point details. And what I mean by that isn't like, is it super visually appealing? But I haven't just left stuff trashed everywhere pretty much. That just shows, okay, it's clean. It looks polished even if the text isn't perfect. And sometimes I find that that just has a really good effect of still making you look fairly professional, even if maybe you're not the best writer in the world. Good writing really does help still, of course. But also having cleaned, at least, you know, not scattered work everywhere helps as well. So at least making them decently presentable so you're not like, oh, why is that there? Why is that there? Small things are perfectly fine. Like maybe the spacing isn't exactly perfect. But in terms of like some of the mess we had before, at least cleaning it up a little bit, you know, you cleaned your room before someone came over, so to speak. That's how I would summarize that. Okay. I am calling this done. If I was to critique this, two things. One, putting all the icons in the background whilst it looks cool. It's not just visual design. How would I update this? Maybe I would move this under here, and this would be the content. You just have a big picture. But I am trying to keep this visually distinct. There's some things I could do to help with this. I could, for example, say portfolio projects. I really want to use the arrow that comes with Figma, but it seems to never really pop up. Never allows me to do that. Bit terrible, but good. There's a few things I could do. I could add, let's say, I could keep all the icons in the background. I could move this here. I could then go and grab, if you've ever been on an airplane, you can kind of find airplane windows, and add just some pictures here that represent my users or represent something related to my actual work, and emphasize those to kind of move them up here and bring them down. I'm just giving you some examples of what you might want to do based upon your case study. I just need to give them something, so I'm going to let that slide, so to speak. Yeah, okay, we need to improve these. So we're going to take the titles. We're going to bring them down to maybe a heading 5. That way they're consistent. And I forgot that we set up a full type system. I never used it in this, so we've just used really default stuff. That's a detail that I've kind of neglected to align on. So let's go maybe heading 3. Ooh, these types are doing poorly. That's better. I would like an arrow, like some kind of, I've got a plug-in for that. I'm going to take this one. Perfect. Makes it a little bigger. I'm a big fan of feather icons, if you've ever heard of them. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Let's make sure our titles are all in alignment. Okay, we got our design system stuff. Supporting. So now this medical certificate process, I want mine to say what this is about. And a lot of this whole medical certificate thing is, there are many pilots out there who want to fly recreationally, but many of the recreational pilots are older, they might have heart conditions, but technically they can still fly, just within limitations. So what we're trying to do here is create a supportive system that can support diverse recreational flyers with medical issues. So recreational pilots with medical issues. There we go. We also want to keep it safe, so without people crashing. So I'm going to, let's take a look at our visual design for this. Many things to still improve, but did like the overall layout still doing good. So what we're going to do here is, I'm going to call myself the lead service designer because I was the only service designer, technically still the lead service designer. Worked with, I think we solved this at some stage earlier on in this call. Let's bring this back. I wanted to, this is same project. I want to steal this. We came up with the cover already, so we are going to utilize that. We're going to take the title that we just came up with. Great. We're going to call this case study project 2. We have, I really don't like saying multidisciplinary. It doesn't really say anything. But we're going to call it facilitation. Actually, it was primarily service design. Facilitation. Stakeholder management, maybe just research. Challenges, low service design maturity. What else? See, with this, we had past industry failures. It tried before, it failed. We're just putting some filler in here just to, we kind of know, as long as I know what I'm going to say, and I just need to figure out the kind of brain hurt side of things, then that's okay. So the challenges here with the low service design maturity, the past industry failures, the large complex medical project. Its medicine is complex, and diverse user needs. I'm just going to say that. I don't like that one. That's enough of the challenges. Now, what's missing from this? So let's just, for this project, we're kind of talking about, as long as we're saying, hey, low service design maturity, you guys haven't really done this before, it's complex, past industry failure, that tells you the internal service design, it tells you past projects, it also just tells you about the complexity. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Anything from here we wanted to add? Oh, hey, we already had challenges. Uncertainty of pain points, past attempts at redesigning went poorly. Let's take these outcomes and opportunities and move them over into our notes section, and we'll take advantage of them. Okay, remember that our outcomes, we're going to try and annotate them instead of putting them in the text. So you see the pictures, you also know I'm talking about the outcomes. We also mentioned we needed a component for that, which is something we will still work on. Okay, I have all the pictures for everything else. We have our finalized one here. It's not perfect, but it's a guilty pleasure, this cover slide. I kind of also want to add just like time lengths on here, because I was here for a while. I'm not normally here in a project for that long. So where would I add that? I think we can add it probably around about the role somewhere. So maybe in a second one of these. I would create primary, secondary, and tertiary badges and use them in here like it's a design system. So 2021 to 2024, actually 2022. If I made a primary, a tertiary styled badge, maybe it would look like that. Probably looks something like that, roughly. So I think that's pretty good. Tempted to put the badges between these, but that doesn't seem right below them. Kind of makes sense to go above. I don't know why. It just does. Oh, actually. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, we're going to keep that. Cool. I'm determined to finish this. So it's almost 11 PM at night. We did not touch the about me. That's, yep, I'm going to finalize these case studies. If I have to send it without the about me, I will. What I will do is steal copy from my last one. Let's actually quickly jump over on that. What can we steal from our past work? Because I need to fill this in. I want to send it within half an hour to an hour. Okay, this is my old one. It says current. It's not current. That's an old picture of me. I used to use that. Keep scrolling to see pitch, skills, tools, case study 1, case study 2. Do I have my... I used to have a statement about me, but I don't think I use it anymore. I used to have... This was stolen from a lot of my other past stuff. I stole this from... Ooh. I actually like that picture. That's not bad. That's one I had of when I was at the... that was a picture of our office. So let's still past Ben's work. Maybe we can... I like that. Well, the reason why I like this a lot is I'm giving people a sense of space and place. That rhymes. We've got some really like dark music happening right now. And I wanted that to shine through. I wanted to be like, this is a real space. Look at the real space. Ooh, I even have pictures of a booking portal on here. I'm finding out so much about past me. We're gonna just take some of that past work. Specifically this. and I don't know how to download images originally, so I'm just going to screenshot it. Screenshots all around. Cool, this was usability testing I apparently did. So let's just quickly steal that as well. Okay, did I have any other pictures? Designing apprentices, this was my older one. Not as good as I remember it being. It's pretty cool. I liked my journey maps. Did some data visualization. Let's see, building service design. This was facilitation in another company. Where's more about me? Oh, here we go. I did a hackathon. I like to show that I did a hackathon. People seem to find that cool. I like to show a picture of me and my best friend. We did Movember in 2020. I sometimes used to show a bit of my extra work. Anything else here? I did some really old other projects, but cool. What we're going to do is we're going to steal some of these pictures. I'm just going to show a bit of a hackathon. That was kind of interesting. And instead of saying, oh, I like space or I like hackathon, what I'm focusing on here is probably more my entrepreneurial time. I've spent a lot of time in the entrepreneur space in Canberra. So I want to bring that in. Maybe, who knows, maybe someone will recognize someone in this picture and be like, oh, this guy knew this guy. That's nice. We got some cool rock going on. I am digging that. So we're okay, what are we doing? Let's reset. I need a little bit more in my background here. So if they have my resume, they have my roles. I'm getting rid of that. I am going to include several things about me, and we're going to do one thing. I lead a design community. I love startups and fast design and rapid prototyping. And we're going to take this and we're going to replace it here. So I'm just trying to find things that are kind of about design, but then also kind of more about other things as well. Sorry, none of that makes any sense. I'm going to do a 2-pager about me. First one is going to be about me. I'm going to first say I lead a design community. Pretty impressive, that. People seem to find it impressive. So I'm going to say that I lead a design community. Okay, what am I trying to say here? I'm getting distracted. I want to say I lead a design community. I love startups and rapid prototyping. I help. So I support I've done a lot of volunteer work with TEDx Canberra. So I love facilitation and public speaking. How does that manifest? My time at TEDx. That's one way of doing it. Okay, so let's get those 3 things on a single slide, because I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to resize this text, but it ain't having it. Community, coaching designers on their career. If I was to summarize kind of shorter statements, then I was, so I love startups and rapid, what would you call it? Rapid design. I'm just going to call it and I'm just going to go rapid prototyping. It's not exactly what I do want to say, but this kind of covers, talks about design, it talks about what I love, it talks about what I do. Visually speaking, I have some ways to make this all fit on one slide and not look crazy. Some ways to do that are to just have some spaces between these, even though these sentences are weird and the layout's kind of crazy, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to show the entire picture, just because I like seeing everyone's happy face, but that's okay. Let's see if we can do maybe like a triple. Let's try and get it all on one slide. So I'm going to go, I love startups, and I'm just going to love startups and design. I'm going to say helping startups and designing for the future. There we go. It sounds a little more corporate, but it's got a little unique twist on it. This is our team. Hack the Moon was what our team was. Hack the Moon. That's what we called it. And I love that we called it that. Cool. Our team hack the moon at the Canberra Space Hackathon. At the first Canberra Space Hackathon. Space Hackathon. Let's say that several times. This is gonna be our captions. And I don't want center alignment, I want it all here. We're also going to chuck a white fill background on this. Gonna bring this forward. We're just trying to find a good way to represent 4 images on one slide without it being a little crazy. Okay, that's not too bad. Definitely not too bad, is it? Going to look a little trash, but I'll take that. I'll take it. Okay, let's give ourselves some consistency with our headers. That's going to be a big problem. It's going to come back to bite us later because we haven't been doing that. But I'm going to try and keep this going. I'm just going to keep 2. I do want to include other things, but for now, I'm going to say 2 things about me. One. Ooh, I know a way to do this. Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be kind of fun. Figma Polaroid photograph template. We're going to make these look like they're Polaroid pictures. Told you I like to go a bit quirky, a little crazy. So that's not where I want this all to go. Please just let me sign in with my normal Figma. It never opens properly. It's getting late at night. I'm going to need to grab some more sugary drink. Definitely shouldn't be allowed. I've had way too much. Haven't told anyone else, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to take these. I like these. It's a little kooky. It's a little crazy, but that's how I want it. So gonna use these. Yes. Oh, I'm loving this already. Paste to replace. This is exactly what I was wanting to figure out. Hasn't really given me. Hang on, let's go back to our little mock-up. Where's the? I want this little pin. No, sideways not good. Okay. Let's bring that out, bring it back into the frame. There we go. Bring this to the front. There we go. We've gone a little kooky, but I think this is going to work. Paste to match style, please. These are like memory snapshots of me. I don't want to do two things about me. I kind of want to. I like the framing of, hey, here's things that I've done recently that kind of capture snapshots about me. So what is a good way these titles could kind of fit what we're doing here? I could do it as like a label. I like that. We're going slightly crazy here. Figma label template. I don't want a design label. I want like paper labels. Okay, we've been given some stuff here. I don't know what the hell this template file is, but newspaper template, A3 template. Labels might be too big of a word, but there's got to be something here we can use. Steal as much as possible. Let's take a look. Anything immediate? If not, we'll go back to just doing our own thing. I want like a label maker. If you've ever seen like the print out the little paper labels, or like it's written on tape, something like that. That just right now is speaking to me. It could be the late night, late time, or it could be something else. But okay, we're getting too distracted for the visuals. Back on it. Okay, I kind of dig this little way of doing it. I do wish the stroke on the outside was clearer. Can I change that? Because I don't think you're doing a good job. That's right, because there is no stroke. Of course. Let's do it. 50. Go to that. Yeah, it's not bad. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, let's make the picture bigger, maybe too. No. I think that actually kind of works. I do think this could be a bit smaller. It doesn't really talk about work. But, you know, it's going to be another way for it to visually design this, and it's getting late. But I lead a design community and coaching designers on their career. If I was to duplicate this and kind of give it a little color change here. They've got other pins. Give me another one. Don't know, blue. I want different shape. Let's do that. And then this is going to be the final picture on our portfolio. I always noticed no one ever actually puts like auto loud on anything. I think this is meant to be the actual formats for these pictures, but so that's okay. Can I reduce this pass-through? Nah. Okay, maybe if we remove the bolding. Oh, I think we're almost there. I am a big fan of going big one. I'm kind of being all over the place, but we're making progress, one little bit at a time. I'm just really wanting to make sure this is done. Even though, I mean, in reality, these projects we're about to showcase are actually really old. Like, this was like 2021. So not that long. It was pretty far ago. But I think it does kind of encapsulate a bit about me. So I think that's good. If we could keep some color consistency going on, that would be great. But we're not going to. I think I managed to get a really good picture. Have I been sharing my screen this whole time? That's a bit of a freak out. Yeah, okay. Whew. Whew. I had a great picture of something I shared with Jan when we noticed that someone was they were using some of the Case Study Club templates, and we were super excited. So we saw them, we're like, oh my god, they're using the stuff we designed recently. Everyone in the community seems to be using all the templates. Huzzah! So I had a good picture of those. We're reaching 2 hours 34 minutes. Yes. This didn't take the 1 hour that I thought it would. I really want a picture with me in it, but that's okay. Let's see if we can... Oh, you know what would be so meta? We're going to do it. Literally has me live right now in this room on community. So we're gonna take that picture and we're gonna drop it in here because we're a little strange, and I'm done with this. Don't want to do it anymore. Let it end. Paste to replace. Okay, so the image is not matching. Just give me the right image, please, for the love of God. Auto layout this. Click content. We'll just bring this in, and it's not going to look particularly nice, but it'll look something. It will look something. I don't understand why this image is there, frame is there. That's hella confusing. Can I please? There we go. And let's make this image smaller, and then I think that's going to close this off. Okay, good enough. Case Study Club, design community, coaching designers on their career growth. We're almost there. Keeping this going, definitely, for as long as it has been. Our fonts are sucking a little, but I might even send it with some shit fonts. It's getting late, so I'm starting to swear. The Australian Emmy's coming out. There's no one on, I gotta make jokes to myself. But I did just randomly stream, so I do not expect people to be on at all. I'm gonna swap these. I actually want my leadership one to be first. So we're gonna grab this, group it, grab this, group it. We're gonna swap these to... Kind of wish I did have a Polaroid camera. We're going to change this to number 1 and change this to number 2. Let's change this to maybe heading 6. Change this to heading 6 and finish this off and we're done. Mid-level. Transitioning, growing, building. Now I like to add links out to things, so it's kind of like, oh hey, here's all the proof, just click on the link. Now if I wanted to make this a little more designer-y, that's not the right word, there are some things I would do to kind of snazz this up a little. Maybe bring these down here a little. I have a reason for that, I'll show you in a second. There's a small little kind of design thing I occasionally like to do when I can. And it's where I take a number and I make it super big. I kind of do this. Normally looks less terrible when I do it, but not this time. Can we bring this over here? Nope. Okay, I kind of ruined it actually. Undo it all. Never mind. I like to occasionally make things hard on myself. Okay, this is in no means designed well, but it is different, and I like different. Oh. Back into the frame, please. Thank you. It's kind of like, hey, I'm Ben. Here's the stuff I do. Here's 2 things I've done recently. I'm going to remove the more about me. We have something interesting, so we're good. Okay, let's check back in. We're almost there. Civil Aviation Safety Authority, we're good, we're done. What about this one? Creating scalable, blah, 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 blah. Challenges are done. We need the images. Let's grab those. So we needed color, type, etc. Okay, let's bump over to our Notion. Almost there, guys, almost there. 4 hours in. To be fair, I went off on some tangents, but that's okay. I'll try and break this video up into smaller pictures if I can. QA checklist. This is the QA checklist. I like people to actually see just the reality of what's happening. Full component documentation. Full component docs. Keeping everything caps just because of the time. Full documentation. Or, okay, this is actually documentation zoomed in. This is a close look at an actual documentation we've done. What else? Did I close the laptop too fast? No. Just more documentation, really. This is a showcase of our documentation templates. I did all this. More templates there. What else? Keep loading. Typography. Typography. That's one thing we're going to show on the first page. Prototypes. I really hope all the music and everything's actually being recorded. For love it. That would be so annoying. I've done that before in the past, so if that is what's happening, oh well. It's 3 hours in almost, so we're good. But we're almost there. We're almost there, and I'll show you guys sending it too. I'm not leaving until this is done. Okay, next image. Come on, give me the images. they're struggling. That's facilitation stuff. And this is journey mapping stuff. Yes, it is. This is the service design journey maps. Okay, cool. Let's grab all of those. We're gonna just grab them all. And well, I was gonna grab them all. Let me grab my stuff, please. Thank you. Control C. Jump back over to Figma. See, one good thing about focusing first on trying to get something sendable is you come across just a ton of interesting layouts and designs by forcing you to kind of just go basic. And when I do another version of this, I've already got all these foundations that I can build off. So I've got something to build good off, and it's kind of taking it up to a whole other level. So I've got this terrible screenshot, but I can use a built-in cropping unit to do this. This both represents a color palette and also an audit at the exact same time because we audited all the colors. So what I'm going to do is chuck these kind of side by side. What else did we want? We said typography. Cool, we're going to keep this pretty basic. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we did want to do like somehow annotate these things. I always chuck a stroke around it all because that just makes it pop. I'm going crazy. Okay, let's get that annotation thing going. We want really, okay, what are we going to say? For those first two, we want brand audit. This was a brand audit, and it was also showing and color palettes for designs for current product portal audit color and Casa website. Pretty sure it's switched up the other way actually. So there's color palette for the website taken by our web team and the current portal. Okay, if this is going to be an annotation, we need another layer. Chuck fill on, change the text to black, gray. Why not? Soft, subtle gray. Really tiny spacing, not much at all. This is not, I mean, these are annotations, so not anything else. I would love if this was way more clearer. Maybe highlight a yellow. It always does well, doesn't it? And these are annotations, so it needs to be small text. People need to really want to read it. Bold it. And there's something missing from this in the sense that if you ever watch like chat portal, like chats, they normally have rounded corners. They normally have, they also normally have one corner not rounded. So I kind of like to mimic that if I can. Just find it makes it look nicer. And if it's an annotation, I also like to try and grab like a little, I've done this before when I'm experimenting with designs. Kind of grab this, chuck a little, what do you call it? Just a dot. So it kind of stands out as something else. Oh no, that needs to be full black, please. And we actually can't have this being slightly grey because it's just really unclear. Okay, there we go. This is going to be our component. I'm actually going to make it a component just to That way if I need to change it later I can. Probably doesn't need to be 1. I would put a little question mark in it if I wanted to make this clearer. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. It's just a small little detail. Sometimes adding a few small details can make a pretty good difference. It's people like, oh, this person tried. I think that can be useful. So let's make this whole thing smaller. And get all these vectors a bit smaller just by 1. Oop, there we go. Cool, we're going to give this some padding here. I'm going to fill it in as white. Chuck that as padding as well. Oh, that's way too much padding. Go 1 on both sides. Let's get rid of that. I just want to kind of look good. And I can't focus on everything, so I'm going to focus on something that I think gives a nice little touch. That was an accident, but I'm going to keep it. Cool. There we go. This typography system. I'm going to call this a product audit rather than a brand audit, even though in many ways it is a brand audit. But just because I'm focusing more on product than I am brand, so calling it a product audit just makes it look a bit nicer. Okay. Could be better. I'm calling it done. Next slide, UX backlog, QA process. Got pictures for that. I did download them. Did I drop them all in, or were we just doing one at a time? We were just doing one at a time. Okay, so next up, QA process. I'm going to go prototypes. I'm going to go documentation templates, the full component docs, and the QA process. I think that'll be good enough to show, because I want to show not just the design system. I want to be like, look, did other things too. Not just a Figma nerd. Not anymore, at least. Cool. Docs, all the docs. Have a look at all the things I've done. It's kind of really hard to organize this properly. I think I might put comprehensive docs at the top, detailed at the bottom. Trying to arrange these in a way that doesn't look terrible, but it's not going very well. Pretty bad. Equal spacing helps everything. As long as the spacing is equal, that kind of makes everything look better. Cool. Gonna stick to that. Can we make this bigger? Full length. Is that dangerous to do? Let's take a look. It's not bad. Maybe this can be a bit smaller. Cool, okay. It looks more organized. So let's take our annotation. We're going to drop it on the documentation process and the ways of working process. Okay. Complete. detail, documentation, okay, across, I'm going to mention now 40 plus components. People seem to find that impressive. What's missing from our stuff right now is just the fact that I'm not a visual designer. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying that given what I've done. Adopted and approved the core designers. I'm just putting kind of brief notes, really. It's just kind of saying what these are. Design system usage across design and development teams. Can I just go? Oh yeah, I can put like things here. QA checklist for designs before they reach production. Cool. Done. We were then having these said journey maps. What else did we say? I'm going to duplicate this because we are utilizing these as templates. Okay, last one. Didn't we say we were going to do, here's all the services we designed. So I want to, we're almost there. Almost there. I can't include everything, so I'm kind of just grabbing things and being like this, yes, that, no, this, no, that. Okay, supporting parts of the recreational medical issues. I have all of our journey maps, which I'm gonna mostly add here, honestly. I don't really have anything else to... I mean, I could do like map, like zoom. I could do like a zoom in of one of the maps, so where it's kind of like something like this. Then you do that. Chuck a stroke on it just so people know like where the boundary layer is. See, it doesn't look too bad. It's not really meant to kind of be fully zoomed in. In fact, I would even like zoom in fully like on just like a few of these, but that works pretty well. Oh, we're missing some of our text. Okay. Anyone in the room? Let's just take a quick look. Just me. It's okay. I don't know how this recording's gonna go. 3 hours of recording, that's long. No idea. Well, we're gonna keep going. Said I'd finish it. Okay, low service design maturity in the organization has maturity in the organization. Let's see. Has blocked projects, resulted in projects struggling to engage with industry on projects. So they're struggling to engage with the industry. These wordings are not perfect at all. Again, we need something sendable, and then we're going to improve it from there. So industry on projects, what else? So they also had a hard time mapping complex systems and made mapping complex ecosystems and problems difficult. Engage with industry and map and understand complex systems. And their industry needs. Past industry failures have created let's see, culture of repeat. Yeah, so I mean, they failed beforehand, and they're wondering. It's okay, yeah. So they did a project like this beforehand. It failed. This is a second go, so they were like, "Hey, is this yeah?" Don't know where I'm going with that, but they're like, "Are we going to fail again?" Large complex medical project. Creates a long engagement and debate time to get to answers around medical status, capabilities, and low versus high risk pilots. So it's like we're dealing with like people who might have a heart attack while they're flying, which does happen. Created expectations around succeeding faster and better than before. Especially when okay, so past industry failure was due to they released it, it didn't actually meet the needs of the industry. Pretty much it. Didn't meet the needs of the industry, resulting in poor engagement. Yeah, so they didn't engage with industry, so didn't work with industry, damaging the organization's reputation, and created a fear of failure, reducing risk-taking, really, on new approaches. Cool, okay, I think we're good there. We worked through it. Chances are there's grammar issues, but we're pushing past that. Okay, let's fix this up. I really did like some of the stuff we've got going on. I'm missing a picture. I wanted to put a picture of all the services that we had designed. Did I not grab that? Let me just grab that picture. So pretty much we just have a massive ton of files in our prototyping section in Figma, and all those files are shown in a gallery view. They each all have covers, so it's actually a really good way to just showcase, hey, here's like the 20 most recent services and prototypes. So we're going to try and get that. Oh, I can't zoom out, but that's okay. Great, got it. Drop it in. I'm going with whatever I've got at the moment. It won't be perfect in any way, but we're going with, okay, what do we have that we can do now? And I might even send this, you know, I don't want people to feel guilty in terms of like people I'm applying where they feel like they've forced me to work too hard. But sometimes that can be useful. So I'm going to send this pretty much right after we're done, even in its really rough version. Both because I also know that means the email will come through at 11:30 a.m. for me. And so they might notice that, oh, hey, damn, they were working on it till then. Which isn't a bad thing if people think that. Okay. We're going to just chuck an annotation on this. I would like, we're dealing with a dark background here, so we can make this not red, I want it white. Thank you. I've kind of done this wrong. Oh yeah, I've done like groupings upon groupings. Undo, 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 undo. Thank you. I will, that is also wrong. No, it is right, but for some reason I've got like double groups going on in Figma, so let me just ungroup that. There we go. Don't know what's up with this music, but I don't mind it. I'm just like, hey, here's all the services designed with the design system. So, you know, ideally, if I really wanted to make this really good, what I would need is I need feedback from other people, especially who maybe have done the design system stuff before, who've maybe been through this problem or this difficulty. That's always going to make your work faster, stronger, clearer, etc. Now I know how I like to design things, so that always helps a little. Okay, almost done. This is a bit of a bigger, these annotations are really small now that I think about it. We could probably afford to make them bigger. Let's try that. Let's go heading 5. It's not bad. Hold it. It's more legible. Heading 5. I'm not really going to read all these. It's just them being there and them having metrics in them. That makes sense. Ideally, I would probably also do something. We said these were going to be our outcomes, which we haven't really added on here, but still think would be a good idea. We're going with what we can do right now. And unfortunately, that means abandoning the best route. Why am I abandoning these things? Well, that would be because I'm not entirely sure that they're going to help. At least not in the roles I'm applying for right now. They will help if I was applying en masse. But right now, the return I would get for making this really good, I don't think would work. I need to get in for an interview, and this is going to be good enough to get in for an interview, because then I can do my thing. Okay, cool. Latest. System. We've moved away from doing those. I still think doing the outcomes would be great, but I'm going to leave that for next time. We're kind of reaching time here. Forgot that we did the and lucky last. Why are these disappearing? Okay, then move it. There we go. Okay, cool. This needs to still be heading 5, please. Oh no, we already here. Major dashboard. Major dashboard. Redesign. Support. Scaling product. Over 50k. I think it was 50k users per week. Card sorting and concept designs. So many issues with this component. Let me just also make this bigger. H5. Make bigger. Please. Just does need to be the original size, so cool. Ooh. Oh, I think that's pretty good. Cool, we're good there. These are like these are okay designs. It could be better. There's many things that could be improved, but again, I just need something that's going to make enough sense. These are going to have to be good enough. Old dashboard. I need to group this, chuck a fill, chuck an auto layout, chuck a fill on the back there. Move this down. I need, just in case someone does, like, what is this? I at least have some semblance here. Team card sorting. Even my capitalization is getting worse. It's too late for me. This is future dashboard concepts. Okay. Oh, I say roll. We don't need this anymore. Okay, we have this designed. Cool, we've got our challenges in there. Oh my god, we're getting there, we're getting there. I don't have any extra pictures. Well, I do. Oh, do I want to do the pictures? Oh, we might as well. We might as well smash this home. Okay, there's something I really want to add into the end because we're almost there. See more projects, more detail. I like being like, hey, you want to see more? Bring me in for an interview. Call me. Here, we can have my direct mobile number. Honestly, people can just call me. Okay, because we are just about done, we're going to grab these the end, because people do it, people remember a strong finish and a strong end. Not that I've got a very strong end, but I think we have a good enough. I'm going to go with good enough. And give me a white one, please. Ungroup, go away LinkedIn. Actually, no, yes, go in there. Chuck this in to that. Remove that. Make this way smaller, maybe like there. There we go. Center align it. We make this smaller. Yeah, this should be much smaller. I need this to be like pretty much the size of the text. You can literally just dial me straight away. No idea where to put this. It's not really fitting anywhere properly, but okay, this is going to look bad and it's going to look off. Oh well. I need another picture of me. Good luck, I say. To chuck it at the end. Do I have anything? Probably not. Let's use my LinkedIn as a great example. I don't have anything on here. Cool. Prioritizing speed. Really do want a picture of me there though, so if I can find something, that would be good. We are abandoning that page. This needs to be sendable. Okay, we can already see some issues. That is a CASA project. That's not an issue actually then. Okay, I'm seeing a consistency issue. There's not really a hard barrier between these two things. So we have an option. We do have an option. We showcase, we create a second one here and we showcase our other work around, what do we have? We had mainly branch strategy, like some other facilitation work. So there's a lot missing from this, but I'm honestly just going to have to put that in. Branch product projects. I'm just trying to add just putting this as kind of, so what I'm trying to do here is make sure that everything's consistent as possible. We're also trying to finalize this last one, so I'm going to just make sure this is all in sync. I don't want these to seem out of sync. There's many issues here, such as we have a cover page for this, and then we kind of just showcase the rest of the things in regards to none of this order isn't right at all. This isn't really represented as a product. The dashboard redesign really isn't either. So we've got a lot of inconsistencies going on, and so I'm going to just try and add an element of consistency, but that's okay. We will not make that. But honestly, that's okay. Other work, I kind of wanted to add just something else here. I don't think we're gonna have time to do this. This needs to go now. So, okay, let's just spend an extra minute seeing whether or not we can make this work. We're gonna keep this, we're gonna strive for basic, super basic. Let's take advantage of big design, and what I mean by that is what if I take this and go really, really big. I'm only just realizing that I actually should be asleep because I think I gotta wake up in 6 hours for our next case study club call. That's okay. This is once. Okay, there we go. We have other work. We're using big design in the sense that we're making everything big, which kind of sometimes makes it look better. I'm going to bring this in. I want to just centralize this all. Good enough. That's going to have to be good. And I'm going to think place. I'm going to tell people this is still in draft, and the way I'm going to do that is by showcasing what future projects would be. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put question marks here. Here's the projects I wanted to include, but guess what? I have not included them. So think place executive designer. Let's see what else we got. Building a growth community. I'm using my outcomes in some of my roles to tell you, oh, here's what would have come along down the line. See what else? I'm blanking all my roles, everything's slowly fizzling down in the head. Facilitating product strategy and decision making. That's something I want to do in the future. So I'm saying, hey, here's projects that might be coming down the line. And I'm going to extra reinforce this even more by saying TBA, which is to be announced. Okay, if I added an extra project, what would this be? Leading strategic design for education projects. There's another extra one. That's one of my other roles. Okay. Super basic. We're missing a lot. We've kept things consistent. That is not me. So kind of need to swap that out. We're going to cheat, and I want them to see my face again. Exact same face. Okay, guys, we're almost there. It's about to happen. There's a little line. That's okay. Ben J. McLaren at gmail.com. There's font issues left and right, but where this is good enough, it has to go. No more. No more. Let's grab the LinkedIn. I still don't know where to put this. Here. Roboto condensed, eh? Let's at least match the font. Oh. Bold. How about that? How about these all go the exact same fonts? H5. Nope. I think you can copy style. And you can normally right click and then go paste properties. No, okay. Well, 42.7a. Okay, there we go. That's meant to be the header. Bold. Header 2. Bold. Okay, we're gonna have to make this bigger. We're looking for consistency. Consistency, the bane of my existence. Let's make the weight a bit common. Lots of issues with this, but honestly, that's okay. We're not perfect. Alignment issues. We're redesigning the template now at this point. What if we stack these instead? Almost there. Let's just get this layout proper. Okay, not the best, but it's good enough. Last stickler. Kind of don't want these the same pictures, the same color schemes, because you'll think they're the same. Well, people won't, but so let's choose a color I like. I like blue. Blue makes me happy, so we're gonna go with blue. Nothing simpler than choosing the color that you like. Don't know where this music's coming from, but it's okay. The color does not work at all, but we're done here. Okay, let's look. Anything missing? We've got a thing, so we've got that. We've got pictures, annotations are in. Even though we've got the tags, that's okay. How are the tags on the other one? Yep, they're okay. We've shown the latest 2 projects. These are okay. A little bit about me. Okay, 27th of January. Let's update this, guys. Oh, okay. Okay, this is our template. Oh, we're ready, thank God. Let's bring this home. Moving it down. Yeah. Cool. How are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Could be better. Way more improvements. But this is going to be good enough. This is good enough to send. Let's do it. There's probably mistakes. There's probably grammar issues. There's probably a lot of other things. We're going to export, check that the images are there, and we're going to send it if I can resist not changing the blue. We're not changing the blue, we're not changing the blue, we're not changing the blue. Let's look away because it doesn't fit all the other layouts. Some slides are better than others. Okay, these all need to come on in. We've got some issues with the... We need to make sure this is export good. How do I... Where's the heart thing? Because that's going wrong here. No, apparently it's not going wrong. I always forget the shortcut to collapse everything, so that then takes me ages. So we're going to shortcut that. I think it's like Shift G. Nope. Shift F. Nope. Oh, come on, let's finish it. Figma, collapse, all layers. Alt L. Alt L. Oh, thank God. Cool. That there is Donorino. Now what I need is to figure out where the hell that heart is. It says heart, but I just don't know where that is. Oh, something all the way at the end here. That'll do it. Okay, let's check. This needs to be... I'm going to do this manually. 1, 2. So just keep it ordered when we export it. Please do that properly. I could probably just zoom in and do it here. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we just need to quickly sort these. I always forget the order to sort these, so I like to do just top to bottom because it makes my job easier. 3, 4, 5, I think I'm done, guys. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, cool. Version 1. Export 11 layers. Give us it. Portfolio version 1. Shitty first draft. Now, quick tip, if you're on a Mac and you're overdoing this, you just go quick actions, create PDF. We'll just combine them all into one. It's really handy. Quick check, always check. 1, 2, yep. Project 1. Project 3. That says project 3. That's why you always check. It's not like a deal breaker, but it is always good where they don't notice it. Okay, export again. Delete it all. Export one more time. Give us all of our goods, please. I'm even going to show you how I send it. I'll write the email on the fly as well. So let's... Why is this order off? Don't know why that was going. That was weird. Create PDF. Give us the PDF, please. Full. I've zipped it up. Anything wrong? It's always annoying when there is. 1, 2. Yep. Cool. I feel like we're missing something. Are we missing something? No, it's just very short. Cool, it's 3. That's one more issue. This goes project 1, and it just goes project 3, and it goes project 4, but it's project 1, project 2, project 3. That's why we do a full check. Okay, project 1. Oh, God. Release me from this hell. A kid goes. It can be a little hellish, but it's kind of also vaguely satisfying as well. Okay, last export. And let's fix this name thing, even though we should call it something else. Delete all the existing ones. Last export, and then we'll send it. Move to bin. How are we doing on time? Midnight. What a time, guys. It's nice to have this done. Even if it's not the final version, it's like we got past the hardest part, I would say, is just having something. Okay, 1, 2. You know, if I can't count, what are they going to hire me for? Let's go to the email application. Oh. Okay, where are we? Oh, I need to sort out my email inbox, but that's okay. Jesus, it's just everywhere. Pretty recent, so Nope. Let's see, what was the job called again? It's been a little bit. So it was at, I could just search for job. It would probably help. Ah, there we go, senior product designer. 13 days ago. Whoops. That one's on me. Still live, so. Hey, Amy. Definitely took me a little over, took me a bit over 7 days, but I finally have attached is my portfolio. Touches my portfolio. Wanted to get you something as fast as I could. Oh, I was sick also, a bit of 7 days. I caught a nasty flu right after we talked over email. It was kind of flu. I don't know what you'd call it, so I'm just calling it a flu. Attached to my portfolio as fast as I could. Cool. I'm keeping this really simple. I don't want to say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not apologizing, never apologize. And I'll sign off with, thanks for being patient. Took me over something. Cool. Attached to my portfolio deck, my portfolio capabilities deck. Oh, please go away, Grammarly. I'm trying to do something here. Attach. Remember where we put it. Portfolio 1. There it is. Yep, that's the one. File is larger than 25 megabytes. That'll be the images. Okay, there's always an issue. Yeah, there it is, 27 megs. What can we do here? Well, there are several things we can do. We could take a look at a PDF compressor. Let's take a look at that. PDF compressor. We could reduce the size, reduce PDF size, so there's a few ways you can do that. We're going to try and use Adobe's PDF compressor and see if that does it. Ideally, you just go and like reduce your images. It's mostly the images that are doing it, but we're just going to use Adobe's. And it's just going to pass it through Adobe Acrobat. It'll probably reduce the overall quality of the PDF as well. Not in a bad way, you probably won't even notice it, but that's fine. I've had this problem before. Ooh, what good music. This is Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. They make amazing YouTube channels, but finally we're done on this. You guys are getting all the mic sounds today. I refuse to stop streaming until we're done. How are we doing? I have no idea if this will record properly. I hope so. If you're watching it, it worked. 64%, come on. So what next? What next after this is sent? There's improvements. So there's adding to it, adding an extra project or two would help here. We've only got tech. We've got 3 projects, but they're all under the same role. If we could add 2 alternatives, like the case study club, that would be good. That really just, like the case study club is just, Jesus, like compressing, went from 70% back to 50. My other project, like case study club, would hyper focus on senior leadership. So that's really good. From 25 meg to 2.7. They move fast. Okay, let's do this. attach. Let's find our file. Was it portfolio something compressed? It would have been the perfect. It would be in downloads. The only thing stopping us is my unclean download files. There it is. Last quick flick through. Oh, there's a problem, guys. There's one more problem. No. Ah. So another problem is, yeah, there's a problem. This for company position or role. Ah, you know, I've forgotten something for higher senior product designer at higher up. They are called higher up. They are called higher up. Oh my god. I have to recompress it too. That's so frustrating. I need to sleep, but we're gonna get this done. I don't recommend pushing through like this. Just because the last pieces of are like clicking some buttons. That's it. Okay, but we'll talk about what's next while the new one compresses. Create a PDF. Come on. And you come back to us, Adobe. And nice of Adobe recently to, have all these free tools. Compress it again. Full open. And then we're good. But what's next? To the case study. There's my resume actually needs 3 variations targeting specific roles. This is attempted to target a very specific role. So the more dot points and the more roles I have on here, the more versatile we have. We end up with our own little template set that we can just swap and change slides out for different roles. So expanding upon this by adding maybe 2 to 3 other projects that I can take in or take out depending on the role, just makes it super easy to customize. Adding another page to my About Me, I think would be good to be a bit more work focused. Maybe even to highlight something to do with me. Those projects that are in there can 100% be improved. The outcomes aren't clear. The challenges are semi-okay. There's a lot missing. Expanding, focusing on a single case study and expanding that out well would work, would make it way more effective. Getting a bit more design and people-y in the sense that we've focused a lot on artifacts and process here. One, because I think for the stage that I'm applying it, I think it'll just work. It looks decent. It's short. I think that actually goes quite a long way, given what other people probably send. They often send these long essays. I'm not about that, so not going to do that. But credit card needed, 90% compressed. Sign into it. Wait, hang on. Can I have the file? Oh, it's there. I was worried they wouldn't give it to me. Do I get it? Would you please give me the file? I think it's picked up that I have an account. Please don't make me compress it again. I will be angry. This is just admin stuff at the end of this, guys. But I want to stay on until this is done. How long? 3, almost 4 hours. Jesus. Oh, look how nice. Just give me it. Just give me it. Thank you. Thank God. Okay, guys. Here we go. Today, 12:07 a.m. Is that the ClickUp one? For senior designer at ClickUp AU. Yes, it's the one. Okay, we're not missing anything. We got the right one. You know, it would be a shame for us to send this. And it just sucked. Okay, there we go. This is the right one. This is a compressed. And away we go. I'm going to bed. We got it. We're done. It took 4 hours. Probably dawdled a little in the meantime. But we're there. Okay. We'll do more episodes in the future on how to improve it, but I think we're good for now. Hope this series around the capability that helped. I'm glad this is done. Well, not done, but the first draft is there. Most of the effort is out of the way. Now it's small improvements, updates. I can send, I can apply. I no longer have that big wall of waiting, thinking I need to have things perfect. I'm actively in the world, and that's going to be my guide going forward. Ciao.